Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of the Jason Tartick Nation News fan page. Now, we have our second Jason Tartick video of the day, podcaster, host of Trading Secrets. Of course, he was in a long-term relationship with Bachelor Caitlin Bristow. They had a nice little empire, and then he dated Kat Stickler up until last week. Well, in the meantime, between those relationships, I guess he had Angelina on his show, Angelina from Jersey Shore, and now there's sort of a ongoing story, a thread existing right now, a crossover between Bachelor, specifically Jason Tartick, and the Jersey Shore cast. You could look at this two different ways. First of all, I don't think anything happened between Jason and Angelina, but if something did happen consensually, they were single, or at least he was single, she might not have been, whatever. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that to be the case. I believe it to be complete drama fabricated for the Jersey Shore show. And I know what you're thinking. The Jersey Shore show, yes, the show still exists. They do like reunions where they'll do, a camp or a vacation. They'll wait for the situation to get out of prison, and then they'll. By the way, I love the situation. I'll tell you why I love Jersey Shore, and then we'll get into this. I love Jersey Shore because they are flawed individuals. They existed in a time where they could tell you the wrong thing and sort of get away with it. And you might say, well, Dave, isn't that problematic? Well, what would you rather have? Real people, and by real people, I mean they do gym tan laundry. There's nothing real about their faces or biceps. But hey, real people that show you the debaucherous life of people in their early 20s at the time? Or would you have what Bachelor has become, which is 30 people that want to get into influencing that are afraid to say the wrong thing because they're afraid to get, a mob against them? You pick whatever you want. I prefer the snow globe model of, hey, let's find people that are willing to say what's on their mind, let their egos run wild, and let's all agree not to take offense to it, and we'll just watch it and have good entertainment because there's nothing real about reality. It's just real people in unreal situations, right? Okay, or I should say extended versions of real people. That's what The Bachelor is. That's what Jersey Shore is, or at least The Bachelor used to be. The Bachelor has become kind of, for the most part, people that are afraid to, like I said, it's very calculated. Well, on this most recent season of Jersey Shore's reunion, which was filmed, I believe, back in February when Jason was single, we have Angelina, who is sort of I hate to call her a tertiary character, but when I think of Jersey Shore, I think of JWoww, Snooki, even Sammy, sure, Sammy and Ron, but I think of Situation, Pauly D, Beat the Beat, Gym Tan Laundry, Smush Room, all those things, right? The Duck, the Mallard phone, all those things, right? That's what I think of. That's what I was raised on. But either way, and by the way, you know what's interesting with Jersey Shore? It was supposed to be kind of like Real World in the sense that every year there'd be a new cast, but this cast was so dang lovable. Vinny, can't forget Vinny. The cast was so dang lovable that they brought them back year after year, and they were able to sort of negotiate their pay from essentially nothing to $150,000 an episode. I'll share what they're worth now. It might surprise you, maybe it won't, but either way, I've got this TikTok account. Let's give them credit here. The TikTok account, Ryan Dean, shared some sort of video they took of the screen. The reason I'm sharing this is because I think it won't get us copyright flagged versus if I just rip off the perfect video. So you're going to have to just deal with the fact that it's lower quality. But the thumbnail says, what is this all about? Jason Tartick on Jersey Shore family vacation and in Angelina's DMs. Oh, the tea. Again, if I'm Angelina, I think, look, he's kind of younger and I don't want to say sexier. I don't want to make this about looks, but it behooves her to say he was in her DMs more so than if it was that she was in his. Does that make sense? I mean that with all respect. Here's two different clips.
Hi. Good to see you. Good luck. Good luck. I know Jason because he was on The Bachelorette. Who that? Jason Tartick.
I love the club music in the background. So she says, I'm just going to repeat what they said if you can't hear it. She knew Jason because he was in The Bachelorette. They're at some sort of celebrity flag football tournament.
Reached out to me to go on his podcast, and we just had a great conversation.
She said he reached out to me to be on his podcast. We had a great conversation. At this point, I'm thinking, and by the way, I would give him so much credit if this were true, that it was a PR opportunity for him to get his podcast mentioned on Jersey Shore. But because they haven't said the name yet, I'm thinking maybe that's just a coincidence.
I haven't seen him since I did his podcast, but I'm gonna come clean. Jason Tartick is in my DM, and he thinks I'm very pretty.
Now, what was the context about Jason Tartick saying she's pretty and being in her DMs? That's something I'm not sure, but I'm gonna bet my bottom dollar it's not as salacious as she's making it seem. Now, I'm in a million people's DMs. I mean, it's their text messages. Being in somebody's DMs doesn't mean it's nefarious. It's just a private conversation, right? It's like, oh, we chatted in the elevator. Yeah, well, about what? It's a private conversation, you know? So either way, there he is now playing the game. They're mic'd up on the stands, and you're going to get the situation being like, who the hell is this guy? I think you guys banged. You know, they're going to make it something that it's not.
They are hardcore flirting. She's showing me the text that he's texting her on the sidelines. Why are you talking to him? She's like, go, Jason. And I'm like, exactly. I am dying. That was actually really cute. It was cute. She was single.
Jason is definitely flirting with me right now.
All right, so they're saying they're saying Jason's flirting with them, and clearly, look, Jason knows they're filming. He knows they're filming the show. I don't blame him. If I was out there and they were filming Jersey Shore, I'd be Rush Hour Podcast, search it on iTunes. You know what I mean? I don't blame him at all. But here we have the next reel. The plot thickens. This is where this is where they all speculate, are you bopping or not?
Joey's really good friends with Caitlin. She talks a lot about him. This guy, Jason, he used to date Joey's friend.
So she said Joey's really good friends with Caitlin, that being Caitlin Bristow. So Caitlin Bristow is now mentioned. Now, of course, at this point, she had broken up with Jason Tartick, but this guy Joey right here, who will address this sort of quasi-dramatic situation in a minute, he, I guess, had a falling out with both of them. He was like a mutual friend. There was like sort of a Three's Company type of thing. Not like a throuple, as far as I know. No throuples happening that I know here. But if I had to have a throuple with someone in Jersey Shore, who would it be? I'd probably, I would go Pauly D and my wife. No, I'm kidding. Well, who knows? We'll get the hair gel out.
Joey is my gay bestie.
I was gonna random ass you.
So I definitely trust his opinion. I just don't want her to get hurt by this guy because I know some things that Joey said. She spills a lot of tea about him. I really don't care what Joey has to say.
But he's so nice, though. I don't know why she does that.
I already know how this is going to go because Ange gets into these situations. Like, I was just trying to let you know what I heard and then do what you want with it.
Oh, wait, what did she say?
Not great things if they didn't make it. Joey knows so much about him. Not great.
So Joey knows so much stuff about him. Not great. Look, first of all, Angelina's engaged when this is happening, which makes you think like none of this is real.
But just because Joey knows her doesn't mean Joey's friends with a girl, and they're very good friends.
So good. So then if he told then that's, I don't know.
He's not talking Angelina. I'm just saying.
So I don't know if we'll get Caitlin Bristow entering. This is almost like a reality TV version of wrestling, where it's like, all right, bring Jason in. Caitlin talks, and then all of a sudden, Joey has a point of view, and it's just the thunder, the lightning crackles, and then they all come into the ring here. Someone said, "I'm confused. Makes two of us." And then Ryan responded, "Jason Tartick was slipping into Angelina's DMs, and Snooki's friend Joey is friends with Jason's ex-girlfriend and spilled the tea to Snooki." So with all of that said, now we have, what did Joey have to say? Here's Joey. And by the way, BachelorNation.scoop did a great job compiling all of this. Absolutely go give them a follow on Instagram. This is Joey clarifying things about Jason and the stuff he was accused of speaking to Caitlin about him on Jersey Shore.
And the whole Jason thing, Jason is a good guy, and I don't want to come across like I'm talking shit about him, but just the gossip happens, relationships happen, things go on. I mean, I have no bad feelings toward him, and I think he's a great guy. And
How passive of Joey to be like, gossip happens, not I gossip. Listen, gossip happens, trash talking happens, people, they get thrown under the bus by other people. Now, in a relationship and during a breakup, usually somebody has to take sides. Now, it doesn't mean one person's more at fault than the other in the breakup. When it comes to Caitlyn and Jason, it seems pretty like 50-50 from people, as far as like there wasn't any, it seems as though the narrative is that Caitlyn dumped Jason, but because she saw that he wasn't taking the steps to pursue that relationship forward. Now, you'll have different content creators that are pro Jason Tartick. They've got their head so far up his ass they can hear his heartbeat, right? And that's fine. And, people might say I've got the same for Caitlyn. But the truth is, and you can look at my timeline, I like both of them, and I don't play those stupid games. I think Caitlyn's a phenomenal businesswoman. She's made a brand out of her soul, and she's led with that, and she's got a great intuition. Jason is also a great businessman. I mean, they just weren't right for each other. Jason's got a great podcast, and he's doing good things. I think that what happened here was Snooki probably inflamed the situation, knowing it was good TV, and that's why she's a millionaire.
I'm not butting my nose in people's business, but it was a time and place. Everyone's happy, and
he goes, yeah, it was a time and place. The time and place was on TV on Jersey Shore. So what are they worth? That's what everyone wants to know. What are the Jersey Shore cast members worth? Again, and who knows if any of this is correct, but DJ Pauly D from the great state of Rhode Island, worth $20 million. According to Forbes from 2012, Pauly D takes home an average of $40,000 per set. He performed at clubs, private parties, and opened for Britney Spears. So he's got, he's been on different TV shows, and he's doing well. Vinny's the next one at $5 million. So talk about a big pay discrepancy there. But that just goes to show Pauly had something to sell as a DJ. He had a reason to, everyone else could do appearance fees, but Pauly could actually provide the party with the appearance fee. Vinny, $5 million, which I would have thought he's worth more than that. But hey, by all means, $5 million, you put that in an S&P 500, you're probably good to go, right? I mean, would you make $100K a year on interest on that? Well, what do I know? Snooki, $4 million. JWoww, $4 million. Sammy, $4 million. Angelina, $4 million. How? I have no idea. Ronnie, $3 million. No idea why. Dina, $2 million. That makes more sense. And then Mike, the situation, $300,000. So of course Mike went to jail because he, I think it was a tax situation. Plus, I think he also had a lot of money stolen from him from a business partner, but with the most Jersey Shore thing ever. But either way, would I like to see Jason Tartick on a proper season where he's not just on the field and he's actually, the only way he gets to go on Jersey Shore is if he's going to let the cameras roll on his dating life. And again, like I said, no offense to Angelina, I just think Joey is probably in a situation where he can really sling it. He's a desirable guy. People can say what they want. He's a good looking dude. He's worth a ton of money. And that's what's so wild is all these stars were on Jersey Shore for years. And most likely Jason Tartick's worth more than them because he kind of exists in a world now where you can make and monetize more for yourself in today's world than you could when the Jersey Shore took off. But anyway, just a bunch of millionaires doing millionaire things. So there's your update. There's the crossover explained. So, okay, let's get the gavel. If you're asking me, is there more to the story with Angelina and Jason? I rule no. It's all fabricated BS. That's my thought. And hey, I don't blame any of them for doing it. Keeps people talking about them. And that is good for business. All right, well, that's it for me. If you want some real tea, I began to leak it today on the Patreon. And there's going to be a lot of leaking going on. Very slowly. Dribbling it, folks. Very slowly. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. My audience is buckled up. They are buckled up over there. But like I said, we're not revealing it all right now. So don't get mad if you go to the Patreon and you want all the answers. I don't have all the answers. All I know is we have a lot of chatter happening behind the scenes with regards to some of the storylines going on. You know it if you know it, and you can go check that out, patreon.com/Dave Neal. We'll be back right after this with the new episode of the Afternoon Rush Hour podcast. You can scan that QR code if you want to listen. We'll catch you then.